The wild card race is alive, though slim. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel below if you are a Lions fan and or a fan of an ever-growing team. A franchise that has sucked for so long, but is finding a way to win. Not only finding a way to win, but finding a way to put the NFL on notice. That's right. We talked about the Detroit Lions. Now listen, as I said, the wild card race is alive. However, it is incredibly slim. We're going to talk a little bit about that right now. But first, let's just take a moment, just one single moment to recognize that W that we just put over the 10-2 Vikings. I'm sorry, the 10-3 Vikings. Vikings fans, don't be salty. We had you earlier this year. You were able to take that game from us. Kirk did a great job leading you to that W, so I do respect that. I respect what him and Jefferson were able to do against us yesterday, being that Jeff Okudah was out and was unable to guard him, so there is that. However, the Lions found a way to put their heel on the head of the serpent on the head. Actually, I mean, you guys aren't the serpent. I'm sorry. That's really the Packers, in my opinion. We found a way to brush you away. I don't know what kind of animal you are. This took a weird turn. The win against Minnesota was absolutely gorgeous. The Lions offense put their foot on the pedal. We put our foot on the gas, and they never let up all game. And it's something that we haven't seen here in Detroit. I mean, I haven't seen it in forever. Is this thing where we go down the field and you're confident you're about to put up 6, followed by the extra point 7? Like, for too long, it's been, all right, we're going to get to the red zone, we're going to collapse, we're going to kick a field goal, send Prater out there. That's what our life was. However, this year, as the year has progressed, my thought is we're going to get to the red zone and we're going to complete. In fact, Lions having one of the highest red zone completion percentages in the NFL. Like, what a wild year it has been. And this is where I'm at. The wild card chances, according to John Macarone, I believe your name is, he put out an article saying that the Lions have a 23% chance of making the playoffs. It's higher than it was last week. I believe we were at 16. We have risen with that W over Minnesota, and with the losses coming in, Giants against Philly, that was big. So we're going to kind of break all that down. However, what I really want to get at, and we're going to talk about it later, is whether or not the Lions make the playoffs, enjoy every moment of this ride. Enjoy every moment of this season from here on out, and you have been for the last 6 weeks. But just continue to enjoy what you're watching on Sundays. Really take it in and say, oh my God, it's different. It's, as they say on the Pat McAfee show, brand new Lions. But looking at the wild card race, the Lions are now 6-7. We are behind the Seattle Seahawks, who are 7-6, the Washington Commanders at 7-5-1, and the Giants at 7-5-1. Lions got to jump to these teams in order to make the playoffs. Harsh part about it all is we don't have the tiebreaker over Seattle. We do have the tiebreaker over both Washington and the Giants. However, being that those teams have ties, doesn't matter. If we end up with the same amount of wins, doesn't matter. They will technically have a better record. So let's get into it. Seattle's upcoming 4 games are no dog walk. They have the San Francisco 49ers, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs, the New York Jets, and the Rams. Now, looking at that, if I had to put my money down, I would say they end up going 2-2 here. I think they lose to both San Fran and the Kansas City Chiefs. However, they beat the Jets and the Rams. It'll probably be the one time this year that I'm rooting for Baker Mayfield to have a miracle game like he did the other week. So if Seattle does go 2-2 here, they're going to end up with a 9-8 record, which means the Lions are going to need to win out. Lions got to win all 4 games in order to have a better record, because we can't land 9-8 with Seattle, because they will have the tiebreaker over us. Thanks a lot. Week 2, 48-45, still stuck in my brain. Pick 6. God, haunts me. So the Lions are going to need 10 W's if that is how that would play out. Then you have Washington and New York. The Lions are going to need one more win than both of these teams. We cannot end with the same amount of wins. Though we have the tiebreaker, these morons tied last week. Did they do it on purpose? No, but maybe I'll just believe they did in my spite and bitterness. Don't be bitter, Jay. However, we do need to take a moment to say, why are we allowing ties in the National Football League? Who? Why? Roger, figure it out. Do something. There should not be a tie in a major league sport like the NFL. Get rid of it. It's the dumbest thing there is. Having these top tier competitors end up at the end and be like, oh, I guess we didn't really play today. Dumb. Also, it's honestly worse than the OT rules themselves, and those suck. Hot take. Washington and New York have interesting schedules coming up here. It's not a dog walk for either of them either. Washington and New York face off against one another this Sunday, and then Washington for the last 3 weeks goes on to play the Niners, Browns, and Cowboys. Man, that's tough. That's tough. Washington could lose out. You lose to the Giants, you lose to the Niners, Deshaun Watson and the Browns beat you, and then the Cowboys walk you. That's kind of that's me hoping. That's me Peter Panning this crap, Take me to Neverland. That was weird, but it's a tough slot. I don't think they lose out. However, that's just me hoping, wishing, praying. But the Giants themselves also have a really tough ending. Obviously, again, they take on Washington first, but then the Giants go on to play the Vikings, Colts, and Eagles. Colts being the easiest of those games. So looking at them, banking on one of these two teams, if not both of them, due to their schedule, losing 3 of these games. Who knows if it's going to happen? However, it's what we want. It's what Lions fans need to be rooting for. You and I need to be rooting for Seattle, for the Giants, and for Washington to all lose as many games as possible. So we are rooting against Seattle, Washington, and New York. Again, I think it's important to know that in order for the Lions to have the best shot possible of squeaking into the playoffs, they got to win out. Lions got to win these next 4 games. And those 3 teams, we need them to all crumble before our eyes like a cookie, because it is the cookie's way, is it not? And in this, I think what's important is to breathe, take a beat, and understand that whether or not the Lions can squeak in and we get to enjoy some mid-January football for the first time in a couple many years, I think what's important is really loving every Sunday we have left. Every Sunday, because you look at these last 6 weeks and it has been electric. It's been electric. It has been so much fun. And in the fourth quarter, not being worried about the other team coming back and finding a way to win and just feeling relaxed. And it's like this odd feeling, but man, it has been fun. And seeing the rookies growing, seeing the rebuild working. I think that's so much of it is saying, sure, obviously we all want playoffs. However, let's just go into every Sunday, let's go into every game and love what we're watching and enjoy some great December football here in Detroit. You got to go 1-0. I mean, for a playoff shot to even happen, we got to go 1-0 every week. Our men have to continue to win. All that matters now, yeah, beating the Vikings was incredible and hilarious and just so fun. All that matters are the Jets. All that matters are the Jets. Beating Gang Green. Because without that, what does it even matter? And I think that's the importance of just keeping our eyes focused on every single Sunday. Just one at a time. Enjoy it. Let's go beat the Jets. I think that's all you can ask for. And I think as fans, let's just enjoy every given Sunday. Because, man, if our last week of watching Lions football is on week 18 against the Packers, if that's going to be it, then this ride has been a ton of fun. It's been a ton of fun. And it's going to be sad for it to end, but at least we have enjoyed what has been electric, incredible, life-giving football, man, here in Detroit. And it's showing us what the future has where these guys are going, what the rebuild is doing, and I am proud of this team. I am proud of this coaching staff. I am proud that they have not laid down and died like we have for years and years past. What a time to be a Lions fan. Proud of the culture that's been built here in Detroit, and amped to see that the Lions have put the NFL on notice. So, this Wednesday, I plan on going live at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Have some people on. We're going to discuss Gangrene, what it looks like taking on the jet skis, what we need to do in order to win that game. Let's focus on the Jets. Putting out content all week long because we're hyped over here. And that is all I got to say about that. All right, that is it. I will catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.